Hello there. How y'all folks doing today? So nice that y'all come and visit me, showing up. That's right, I was Harriet Tubman, showing up. That's right, I worked on the Underground Railroad. I brought folks from Maryland all the way up to St. Catharines, Ontario. Sure enough did. Yeah, I brought about 70 people, that's right. 13 times, that's right. But children, you know, I had to let you know, I couldn't save nobody before I saved myself. That's right. I was about 29 years old when I heard that me and two of my brothers gonna get sold away on the chain gang. And I said, I ain't gonna be no slave no more. So I ran away by myself. I would hide during the daytime and walk at night, following the North Star. Then one day, children, the sun came up like gold behind the trees. I realized I had crossed the line. I left the land of slavery to the land of freedom. I was free. I was free. I was free. Oh, it felt so glorious. I had to look at my hands to see if I was still the same person. I felt like I was a new person in a new world. I was free. Karol Brown, has portrayed Harriet Tubman for almost a quarter of a century. And I respect her, I love her for her wisdom, her compassion, her courage. She was born in 1821, and I portray her as a 92-year-old woman. She spent her life helping others. But this story in particular started to mean more just a few years ago. My husband James and I, we were riding in the car about spring of 2016. He was driving along, and I was pointing out, oh, look at those apartments over there. We lived there 40 years ago. They were brand new then. They look bad now. What? You got to be kidding me. How do you expect me to remember any one day that was 40 years ago? It didn't happen anyway. No, it didn't happen. I'm not lying. He hit me. I was in shock. I'd been married to this man for 46 years. This was not my marriage. From that day on, I didn't feel comfortable riding in the car with my husband because in a click of a finger, his whole personality could change, and I could find myself being verbally or even physically abused in a car where there was no place to go, so my stomach would be tied up in knots. This lasted about 6 years. I lived silently as a slave, but not quite a slave. I call it a prisoner of an unhealthy love. About August of 2022, the day started out pretty nice, but that night I found myself crying and soaking my pillow with tears, crying out for help. I need help. That's when I heard a voice from deep down inside say, get out. It's time to get out. This time I listened. And for the first time I had decided to leave, I left my 50-year relationship with the man I've been with for all that time. When I drove to my own apartment 2 weeks later, I thought about Harriet and this story of being free for the first time, and I knew what she was talking about. I had been living in a cocoon, lacking freedom, not having the ability to do what I wanted and dream what I wanted to dream, and I lost my joy. My spirit had been sliding away from me. But now, I transformed. I lost that cocoon. I was free. I was free to be myself again, free to have joy, free to fulfill the dream I've had for 6 years to write a book about Harriet Tubman teaching girls self-love. Why did it take so long? Because I was not practicing self-love. If I was living letting someone abuse me, that is not self-love. Self-love is not just looking in the mirror and loving what you see. I don't care how beautiful you are. Self-love is when you see yourself in the mirror and you say, you are worthy of love. You are worthy to be treated with respect and kindness, not just from the other people, but from yourself. You are worthy to live the life you want to live. You probably know some women in my same situation because, unfortunately, the World Health Organization reports that globally, 1 in 3 women have, in their lifetime, had some violence from a partner or nonviolence. And that includes our teenage girls. That's why I'm compassionate to teaching girls what self-love is. How many of you have a girl in your life that you don't want anything to happen to them that injures you? Any kind of body doing anything to them. What is our responsibility? We are the role models for self-love, healthy love, and unhealthy love. You see, love from the heart is something we all have, and no one can take that away from us. When you believe that is the truth, and you appreciate that, that is practicing self-love. I am here as a transformed person from self-love, and I want to share with you what I did to help me so that you can share this with those that you need to share it with. First, I got free. I got out of the situation. And I thank my Underground Railroad, my family, for helping me. After I got free, second, I seeked joy. Joy is magical. Joy from the inside out. Whenever you're feeling sad, flip the switch from your brain to your heart and think of something positive. A beautiful child, a song, just being in nature. Find your joy. Third was forgiveness. I forgave my husband, but I also had to forgive myself. We have to forgive ourselves and realize that forgiveness is a form of freedom. And when you forgive, you can easily move on in your life. I'm going to let Harriet tell you the last one. Now, children, folks told me that I had changed lives for many folks. That's right. They said I changed lives. Well, children, I was a little slave girl. If I can change lives, you can too. That's right. Just remember now, I had to save myself first. I had to love me. And you know, I had to visualize my freedom long before I got it. But I didn't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Never give up, children. Don't give up. Because if you love yourself and you seeking joy, ooh, you can change your life. You can change your life. And when you change your life and find your joy, you can help others. Yes, that's right. That's right. All of us can do that. All of us can do that. So, think about it. Imagine with me a room, this room right here, where every woman in here loved herself. Ooh, won't that be beautiful? So let's all work together. Think about that girl you love, and you love yourself and be a model so we can save the world one girl at a time with self-love. Thank you.